I'm great. And how about you, Shanta? After a long time.
Yes, yes. So we have been planning since a long time, so finally we are here.
Yes, but I think I couldn't see your video.
You're not able to see me. I'll just off it and on it again.
I think we have to. Yeah. Now I can see you. Yeah, it's better.
Okay. Yes, yes. So
Great.
tell me, I want you to tell a little about yourself for the video, please.
So as you already know me, but for your viewers, I'm going to introduce myself. So
Yes.
my name is Priya, and I'm from Vishakhapatnam. So I am an English trainer and a YouTuber as well. So a fellow YouTuber.
Yeah.
So I have been doing this from past like 2 to 3 years, like the YouTube and all. But for teaching training, I've been doing this around I have around 9 to 10 years of experience in
Mm.
training English. So English like IELTS, TOEFL, GRE, GMAT, and all these are English language tests. So I teach them. And now I entered a corporate world. So I started working a 9 to 5 job, but that's okay. Good in a good company, right? So it's going good. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay, yes, yes. Yeah, I want to know, did you study anything related to English, any English literature, or what was your qualification in college?
I think my qualification is really simple. I've studied engineering, and after that, I have worked my core job for about few months, and then working my core job, I also started working as a freelancer in, English institutions and all. So where I used to teach, IELTS, TOEFL, and GRE. So it's my passion. That's why I didn't stop that kind of, teaching uh, way because my enthusiasm was always towards teaching and being a professor or a lecturer, something like that. But by the end of the day, when we see lecturers, right, they won't get huge pays, even though they make children's and students future bright, who reach to a different level. But still the teachers would stay there itself, like where they have started. Why? Because the money and all, I think they're not being rewarded with good pay scale. So
Yes.
that's the reason I thought I have to shift to another genre. So I've chosen this one, which is getting into corporate and all.
Mm. Right. So now you're doing a corporate job. So is there anything related to English or related to your engineering?
Nothing related to engineering and all. You just have to. There'll be some kind of SOPs that you have to check, and based upon that, you have to work. So everything would be trained. So there's nothing like a corporate that they won't provide training and they will ask you, to jump in right away. Obviously, they won't. So every corporate and especially MNCs, like big companies, they would give training. Until unless if you're experienced of the same category and you don't need any kind of knowledge transfer, something like that, or a training, then you can go ahead and work on the project directly. But otherwise, if you're starting as a fresher, obviously you would receive a training for that.
Mm.
Otherwise, even they can't, expect you to work in their company, right? Because you don't know their rules, like what's working there. Yeah.
Mm.
But teaching English is something I really like.
Okay, you like it, like, along with your mainstream career, you like doing this, right? You don't want to
Yes,
give up
yes,
on either of those.
yeah.
Right. And did you take any break from your, like, how many years did you work in your corporate job, like, after your college?
After my college, I didn't work in a big company or MNC. It's like a core job. So that was like not a startup. I won't say like a startup, but it's a government organization. Why? Because I've been graduated as a civil engineer, so which is completely construction and all. And coming to English is something quite different, right? So I worked as a quantity surveyor, so for about like 6 to 8 months or 9 months, and later on also I have took up like couple of jobs which are related. Like I've just worked around 3 months. I didn't fit in that. Why? Because I felt like my future won't be here if I continue in this stream. I don't be paid, high. I'll not get a high paying job, or
Mm.
maybe my pay scale would stay there itself, would stuck there. So I felt like English is something which is passionate, and even when you work, you can work at your own pace, right? You need not work in a 9 to 5 stream and get stressed throughout the day. And that too, when I'm married, I have kids. So I
Mm.
didn't choose like I have to go out and work. So I felt like something I have to do at home itself. That's when I started YouTube, and also
Mm.
simultaneously I started teaching students and all. But over the years I have taught like hundreds and thousands of people. Why? Because in institutions, right, we get around daily 20 to 30 in one
Mm.
group. So like in a month, once after the group completes, we'll start up with a new group. So
Mm.
that is a good process. I enjoy it.
Yes. And do you start from basics? Do you start with grammar?
See, as I told you that I'm an IELTS trainer, right? So here what happens is people who have already have a good command or not command, I would say people who already speak English will join. Why? Because especially this exam is for people who wants to move abroad, like countries like USA, UK, Canada, all these countries. And especially when they want to move, they will have a mindset, right? That, okay, I'm fit for this. I think I can try. Why? Because my communication skills are good. Only those people would come. So
Mm.
I have never trained them personally for, grammar and all. But yes, of course, there are days where students struggle a lot with grammar, sentences, and all sentence structure, failing, to, always search for different words. So this is a problem always. So I
Mm.
have trained personally for grammar as well for them, especially who could not make out. So I trained. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. And some people have an issue with, they're okay with short sentences, but when it comes to framing long sentences, they are not able to do that. So I get that query often. So this is my issue. So what would be your answer to such a person?
See, I would say that I would suggest only one thing. Nobody is perfect, right? Not you and I. Nobody is perfect. We all are learning. We are all learning phase. But the thing is, like, why? What made us to be fluent in the sense? See, it's my passion, right? I love, speaking English and teaching English, especially. To be a teacher, I have to make myself, a little knowledgeable, right? Otherwise, students will not accept me. They would not treat me as a teacher. Why? Because if she only doesn't know anything, how would she teach me? So this is what the thinking ideology of the student. So obviously, what I do is like I first practice, but first thing is passion must be there. If
Mm.
you are interested, right, you would be consistent, and the progress never comes just right away in a day. It would not come. So what
Mm.
you have to do, you have to slowly start off with small chunks. Suppose grammar itself is an issue. Let's imagine grammar itself is an issue. Please don't study like a subject because it's a language, right? What people will do, they'll say,
Mm.
okay, tenses rules. Today I'll do simple past. Tomorrow I'll do simple present. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow I'll do continuous. So
Mm.
this is not something which people have to do. What they'll do is they'll just keep a book. They'll write down. They'll say, "Ma'am, I'm taking notes. Ma'am, I'm just listening to lectures. I'm doing this. I'm doing that." But then also, I know the grammar rules, but I cannot frame it. It's
Yes.
not about framing, it's only about using how well you implement it. It's not how well you learn it. So if you learn also, if you don't implement that, you would never feel, see the change.
Mm, right. And people associate South Indians with good speakers of English. So, how was your childhood? Were you made to learn English even at home, or it just came naturally to you out of school and college?
See, my school was really good. Why? Because I would suggest that whoever like even nowadays, when I go to even now at present, if I go to school, I still remember those days where my teachers, right, they used to use words which are, not even pronounced well. Like if you compare the present generation, they know actually the children. But those days we were taught like CAT cat, BAT bat, RAT rat, and also the pronunciation of different words were not, pronounced as the way they are pronounced
Yes.
right now.
Right.
But
Right.
then also I love my English teachers. Why? Because they were very confident. Whatever they have taught, right? They're very confident. And during my school, I would not say that I'm perfect because I used to never open my mouth. I used to
Mm.
always be silent. And even when anchoring comes, teachers used to recommend me, go ahead because you have a strong commanding voice, you can go ahead. But it's not about voice, right? It's not about vocals. So I used to suffer. Like I used to read it 10 times, 100 times the paper which used to be there. So the script which is prepared by teachers, I used to read it at home
Mm.
and then go and prepare and, address people. But one thing I have is confidence and daring to do something. So keep faith in you. Everyone will grow. So there's nothing wrong, right? So you just have to be consistent, keep faith in yourself, and you have to grow. Yeah. But
Okay.
my journey, I would say, like school has not made me so confident about English. But the only place or the only place where I felt like, I have to improve English is when I started my job. So I
Oh,
started this training job, right? Training students. That's when
yes.
I thought, like, if I don't know, what would I teach my students? Because I was chosen, I have no experience. I was chosen only because I have confidence and I can communicate well in English,
Okay.
but not too well like this. Because
Mm.
even when I started my job, right, people used to bully me. People used to like tease me, saying that, "Che, what is she teaching? What is she doing? I don't know. Like, she's very young. She is not at all a teacher age, and how can she teach us?" And also, whenever I used to make mistakes, right, even I used to make mistakes at the
Mm.
starting. When I used to teach, I used to make pronunciation errors and other errors. And then they used to say that, "Ma'am, this is not the correct pronunciation. This is the correct pronunciation." Then I used to accept. I used to accept it because accepting is more important. When you accept that you've made a mistake, right, you would learn from it.
Yes.
But you
Yes.
never accept it, obviously, you will never learn.
Mm. Right. And from all of your experience, what do you say are three best ways to become fluent in English?
I would suggest only one thing. Maybe you would say three best ways, but I would say that whatever the student wants to do, like for speaking, right? First thing that you have to do is you have to speak, no matter
Yes.
what it is.
Yes.
Without you speaking, suppose let's take a small example. You want to, ride a bike or a car. Without driving a car, can you expect you driving on a road? I can't
Mm-hmm.
expect you to drive, right? Because you don't know. You're new to this journey. I am already experienced. I can drive in this space very fast because I have 10 years of experience dealing this English. 10
Yes.
years is not so less, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
huge.
Yes.
So treat in that way. Maybe I might be fluent in 2 years. You can think like that, right? Students,
Right.
you can think like that. But if you don't give time to English and still complain English, saying that English is not my part and I can't improve English, it's nothing like that. You just have to speak. Speaking itself is the mantra. The more you speak, see, you have good conversation partners, and you have Shanta. She would be teaching good English. Seriously, I have to say that when the moment I approached her, especially it's for one thing to, yeah, let me continue.
Yeah.
So, as I said, like Shanta, I've met her for the first time, is the only thing to make a video with her. Why? Because the moment I saw, like, I felt like she's one who have that kind of good command on English, and she's helping a lot of people from the
Mm.
bottom of her heart, from the bottom of her heart, and she's actually uploading that on YouTube, so that getting a quality of learning is also important, right? So nowadays you have plenty of channels, but the thing
Yeah.
is, like, who you have to choose is more important. So when you watch, see, guys, you're giving a lot of time to us to watch the video and to, it's not to encourage, it's to learn, right? But if let's imagine if you watch something which is maybe not qualitative, but it's not providing that kind of quality, it's not useful. I think so. So what you have to do is you have to be mindful when choosing YouTube videos as well, because everyone makes videos. It's for
Yeah.
their benefit. Obviously,
Mm.
it's for their benefit. Even I
Mm.
make videos for my benefit only, not, not for the students, right? Or the viewers. I would think that, okay, if my video goes viral, I would get, good amount of money. So this is what YouTube uh, people who are making YouTube videos think. But by the end of the day, even people will think that, okay, whatever content I am giving must be useful to the viewers. Obviously, only then they will subscribe, right? Otherwise they won't. So
Mm.
I would suggest that choose channels which are good, qualitative, and which provide value to you, right? It's
Yeah.
not like every channel is providing value again. So
Mm.
be mindful. So the moment I saw her, I felt like I have to make a video with her on my channel and post it so that people from my channel can go and relate to her, or also people from their channel would come to my channel and relate to me,
Yes.
because just like exchanging. So I
Mm.
felt like the moment I saw her, like I just seen her videos, I found like there's one more like woman who is so charming, good, and also encouraging people to learn English. So this is what I felt like I have to do with her. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for joining me. It was really nice talking to you.
Thank you,
Have a good day. And
Santa.
you
Thank you
still
so
train
much.
for IELTS? If somebody wants to approach you, they can do that?
Yes, they can. Just I'll provide the email address, or they can just follow my channel. You can provide the link over
I
there.
can send it. Yes, yes.
Yeah, they can
Okay,
follow.
thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Take care.